You're going to see everything from increases in energy efficiency, energy cost, how energy gets delivered, grid issues. Those are all things that if you're a typical building owner or a manager, energy is your number one expense in that building. Everything that's happening in Sacramento at the Air Resources Board and locally at the different air quality boards out there impact the amount that you pay for energy. The other issues are grid issues and grid reliability issues of us being able to meet the demand for commercial real estate and commercial property is we have to have a functioning and reliable grid. And as the state talks about going all electric, it's much easier to do in a brand new Class A office building where you have a lot of offices. It's much more difficult to do if you're building a warehouse and you have to provide enough energy to be able to run very large machines for your tenants who are manufacturing and building things. So energy issues are huge. And the one thing I would say, anytime you hear greenhouse gas policy, if you're in our industry, greenhouse gas equals energy issues. The way that they are reducing greenhouse gases is by changing the way that energy is used. Now, that also applies to goods movement and supply chain, trucking. Again, we're not in the trucking industry, right? We're commercial real estate, but our buildings don't move. And we have to have a healthy and vital trucking industry to move goods around from the warehouses, bring them to market, bring them to your home. So there's issues going on in Sacramento right now related to what does the fleet look like that services California. And there's some very aggressive proposals that are basically banning diesel trucks. I would love to see a bunch of super cool electric trucks on the road moving our goods around, but is it realistic? Are we putting our state and people that live in the state at a disadvantage by being very progressive on some of these issues? We as an industry aren't saying trucks shouldn't be clean. What we're saying is figure out how to do that in a manner that doesn't fundamentally put Californians at a disadvantage because you adopt something that's so extreme that we're unable to deliver goods. We'll see another warehouse bill next year. And it's extremely important that we show up and negotiate on those. It'll be things like, do we want to see a bill that says you can't build a warehouse within 1,000 feet of basically any non-warehouse? And what does that mean? We're going to see that again. So we are going to have to continue to communicate and push back on that. And that is a specific commercial real estate issue that is extremely important for us to engage on in a very positive way and take the opportunity to explain to policymakers why, first of all, warehouses are not a bad thing, that this isn't a lack of planning. Actually, a lot of what you're seeing now with warehouses is specifically because of local planning, trying to concentrate warehouses in specific areas.